Hey guys, how's it going? If you're watching this, the odds are you're a Chexy member and are considering switching. Scotiabank Momentum is slashing its reward from 4% to 1% on rent payments. It's a natural reaction. I feel like in the, nerdy finance community, it's kind of the hottest topic right now, at least for the users of the service. And I have seen mentions of Neobank before. Note that it's a bank with a C, not a K, so I think it has nothing to do with it being a bank. It's just a financial service, but anyways, that's not the point. But the first thing I thought of when I heard about them is Neo Financial, which my understanding is they're in no way affiliated at all. But yes, Chexy versus Neobank on a lot of forums when trying to find an alternative for Chexy that charges you this fairly high fee of 175%. So your 2% cashback doesn't quite deliver anymore if you pay approximately 87.5% to Chexy and just keeping the other 12. It sounds like you're working for Chexy with extra step where you get a little pittance back. And I see a lot more people mention Neobank that supposedly has a lower fee, first of all, and second of all, it gives you cashback. How does this make sense? How can they offer you so much more than Chexy and still stay competitive? And this is kind of what I want to look into today. So of course, it's Chexy versus Neobank. We're going to check their fees, their additional options, additional services they provide. But at the end of the day, I just want to see if Neobank has the ability to stay solvent and whether it makes sense to, move everything from Chexy to Neobank, at least for the time being, while things settle. So if you want to go straight to the review, please go to this timestamp. Because before I go to the boring review, I want to talk about something really funny. Something I found incredibly funny. And it's Neobank marketing department, I suppose. No, it's just ridiculous. Let's take a look. So they have 43 subscribers right now, 38 videos, which is awesome. It's a little FAQ. Oh. Yeah, okay. I have a big problem with this AI slob that somebody at Neobank really likes. I don't know what else to call it, right? I didn't even see the shorts before I started this video. I was actually just looking at their videos, which are full of this garbage as well. But yeah, it's a rant against AI slob. So yeah, please go to a timestamp if you don't want to see this. But it's quite ridiculous. So the first one, I don't think I can actually use the music that they play. Yeah, music by Neobank, rent sucks. Okay, I don't think I can actually play this music. I know it's AI generated and it's copyrighted, but still. What I can do is extract the lyrics from it. So let's see. Okay, extract towards YouTube. Yeah. Text, YouTube video, transcript generator. Okay. Let's get going because I've been listening to it. I'm like, okay, they just picked like a song. Okay, cool. But yeah, it's actually a lot worse than you think. Just, I don't know. It's such, again, the video is AI slow, but the song is as well. I mean, I wish whoever did this, I wrote their own corny, boring, badly produced rap song. I would have appreciated it a lot more than this. But yeah, let's read this out. Yes, perhaps I can read this out as the video is playing. So let me move this guy here. And it goes something like, rent, yeah, the evil we all gotta face. Takes your check, leaves you broke, man. Such a disgrace. You grind all week, stacking bills in the race. But what you get, not a dollar, not a trace. A pat on the back, nah, they don't even try. And this is the greedy landlord that that is not giving you the pat on the back, I assume. So I don't know. I'm sure somebody in the marketing department seen this. They seen the lyrics and they said, hell yeah, this is hard. This is so hard. We need to keep going. We need to keep cooking. And they did keep cooking. So let's it's a handshake deal where your wallet says bye. Rent is where your paycheck goes to straight up die. Cha-ching in the void, man, that's no lie. Why rent gonna be a one-way street? You pay and you pay, but there is no receipt. In this rental game, yeah, we bring the heat. So I don't know. Do you want me? Okay, I'll obviously we're not gonna go then not gonna read the entire thing. Because first of all, I'm very much off the pace. I should only be at like 46 seconds. So I gotta go a little harder when I'm reading this. And second of all, I can only watch it so many times. It's just really bad. I cannot do this. I cringe when I see this. But I'm telling you, whoever did this was having the time of their lives. Especially, I don't know if the pug has showed up yet. The little dog. Oh, yeah, okay. It has showed up already. So yeah. They're already popping off, already having the best time. Oh yeah, okay, so it's already going. Anyways, let's get going. So why not cashback? Now that's a repeat. Enter Neobank. We're making it less suck. Cash in your pocket, no hoops, no luck. No landlord calling, no games to duck. Just money back to you. Yeah, run it up. We ain't fixing the crisis, let's keep it real. But it's a win-win, that's a deal we seal. Neobank's your move, make rent go farther, win with your rent, now you're living larger. Anyways, I'll let this video finish up here, but as I said, someone had a great fun. I don't want to hate on someone who's clearly put passion into this prompts. I don't know, maybe some of you will say like, okay, you shouldn't be making fun of them, and I don't know if this is making fun. I mean, all it took was just typing in a prompt saying, hey, do a pug with a golden chain, leaving a car, and wearing sunglasses or a hat or whatever it was doing here. Where is this pug? Yeah, I guess he got sunglasses and a chain, and here he just looks super hard. I feel like they could have made a video on a fairly decent, but like they only spend a lot of money. It doesn't need to be high production for something like this. It could just be a nice, welcoming video. Or a music video of someone who, I don't know, they have VC money, obviously. Or they have some sort of connection, some sort of budget. So if you're trying to do this, like, pay someone a couple $1,000s to make a video. I don't know, star in it yourself, try and film it, have fun. But this is just garbage. And of course, it doesn't make me very confident. It was I'm sure they spent some time making it, but comparing to making a real video, it must have been fairly easy to make. Same as the AI-generated song, which probably took even less time. And they may have played a couple, and they were like, okay, this one is gonna connect with our audience. This one is gonna be so good. I don't know what the expectation was. They're like, okay, let us cook. We're gonna do the hardest music video. Anyways, and actually, before we get to the main video, like this is awesome. I mean, again, I watched these videos, but there is a person actually sitting and putting in effort talking about this stuff, right? How does Neobank make money? Which is actually a great question. I wanted to look into that, but CEO co-founder Kyle Collier. We'll obviously look into Mr. Kyle later, but this video, as I said, at least is some effort, whether it's by the CEO himself or by the producing company, whoever did this. There's some effort involved in discussing this, posting this. There probably were a couple takes. It might not be extremely rehearsed or extremely well produced, but honestly, it's good. And they're having a little WTFAQs with Kyle, this kind of stuff. That's awesome. I love that. What this is, I'm not so sure. Even the baby gets it. I think my browser is cooked. I think it froze. It froze. Okay, refresh. Oh, okay. So it just went to the previous video. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, let's not watch this baby. Let's watch maybe this lumberjack baby. Sure. So this I also don't quite get. I mean, this is again incredibly bad and sloppy. I don't know what they tried to go for here, because it's obviously, I don't know. I assume I'm not their youngest audience, and to me, this is incredibly like cringe. So people younger than me, it obviously will be really bad. So I don't know. I don't know who they're doing this for. There is a baby in a leather jacket, another baby with a beard, and they talk like man. Like, it's the most disturbing video for Soul. It's actually badly used AI, but I just don't get it. I guess the whole thing of like even the baby can do it, I think it's complete garbage. And I think there are some recent ones, like, what is this? Beautiful, just a testimonial from a person. That's awesome. 2 likes, whatever. I actually can't give it a 3rd like. I'm not signed in on this browser, but this is awesome. This is awesome. This is what shorts should be, right? Potentially testimonials or little FAQs like this. That's beautiful. What this terrifying, this is awesome. What this terrifying AI stuff is, I really do not understand.
Okay, so let's decode some classic breakfasts. So, why you ever had these?
Like, it just takes no effort to make this. If whoever is in charge of marketing here, whether it's the CEO or the actual marketing department, I'm not quite sure. If they just recorded it and they sat there and just did a little that would have been amazing. You know, it's just a company doing company things. Who cares? But what prompted them to do this? Because this is not complicated. Yeah, it's hard to make a baby with a tattoo talk on a podcast, but this is just a human thing. And lastly, okay, I'm gonna check one last one.
Comes up a wallet.
I know. I remember when these were like the hottest thing, when ChatGPT just did it. The images of little figurines where you can like make yourself. That's pretty funny. And now I guess there are videos of this. But again, what is this for? And I mean the script itself, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's very much AI. Not the voice itself. The voiceover is obviously AI, but AI script too. Classic. Low balance, classic. Same vibe, different month. This is the most ChatGPT or AI thing I've ever heard. This is just how they sound. That was my first impression of Neobank when I looked them up on YouTube, right? While the website is actually decent, now it makes me wonder if it's vibe coded too. And knowing a couple things about software development myself, and actually actively using software development agents like Claude in my day-to-day workflow, there is still a difference between, AI-assisted writing and vibe coding, or AI-assisted coding and vibe coding. So my only hope is for all the payments processing, for all the sensitive data storage, this kind of stuff, they actually hire software engineers that know what they're talking about, not just rely on a 20x max Claude package that's $200 a month, right? Because while it's absolutely amazing, it's good to, understand the stuff. And this is not the actual application, right? This is just kind of the landing page. So who cares how it's coded, how it's vibe coded and stuff? I would like to hope, because this looks really cool, really fancy, but it does have a little something, a little neon something, it's hard to tell what it is, but there is just a little touch of AI to it. Which maybe I'm absolutely wrong. Maybe I hope I'm wrong. And you never know. Another thing is the FAQ, right? I know working with Claude, I know that that guy will write a lot more than you actually need to. So when the FAQ is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29 questions. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't think it should be on the front page. I don't know if there is overlap of information here. It's a lot to read, right? And maybe they're trying to hit all the SEO stuff, search engine optimization. Sure, but when I see stuff like this as a software developer myself, it just smells like Claude to me. And they also open but don't close. So I actually have uncovered a bug on their website. Maybe I should email them. But anyways, other than that, it's a beautiful website. I'm sure it's all fine. I'm not too worried about that. And I think both of those guys are, software developers, potentially? I mean, fintech kind of makes it sound like it, right? That they're both just software guys. And yeah, Louis codes where innovation meets regulation and wins. Does anybody know what that means? And sorry, don't forget, you can still switch to that timestamp, right? But this is where I'm like, okay, this is very much AI, right? But that's okay. As long as their service is good, that's all that matters. So don't worry about me complaining. That's okay. We'll get to the actual numbers very soon. And anyways, lastly, I just watched this video of Mr. Kyle here, and it seems good. I mean, there's nothing, it doesn't seem like Mr. Kyle is a trained actor, which necessarily, or have a super exciting presence in camera, but being a CEO, being a finance tech guy, I mean, that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
So anyways, but again, you probably see how many times I cut the video. I don't have a craziest presence either. I think I'm barking the wrong tree here, but that's not the point. The point is, it's a good video. It kind of talks about the whole idea of this paying rent via credit card, which we already know if we've used Chexy. And he also talks a little bit about Cashback. And there's a little blunder I found. And actually, one more thing, backed by amazing investors, they don't actually talk about who they are. And $2 million liability insurance. I'm not sure whether that means that if the whole business goes down, that's all they have, which sounds quite ridiculous, but maybe I'm misunderstanding something, right? This complex finance stuff, and I'm just a personal finance YouTuber. But I'm hoping my tenant insurance also has $2 million liability on it. Does that make it any different from this one? So not very clear, but I think they're just trying to reassure us that it's a safe company, which is okay.
Our team is filming something that should have existed a long time. This is what...
Okay, yeah, this is my favorite part. And I mean, it's favorite part because clearly the editor, I don't know who edits this, maybe Mr. Lewis or someone else, but Clearly, he was trying to, they were supposed to add some text there or whatever, right? So this is it. I'm done complaining about the AI part of it. I don't like how much AI slop this channel uses and the website potentially as well. But as I said, that doesn't mean that their service is bad, right? That just means that in their eyes, it's perfectly fine. Now let's do the Neobank review itself and its comparison to Chexy. So, I mean, it's quite easy actually, because they do have a page, let's see, which is very popular. I think you see it right here. Neobank versus Chexy, their #1 page. And key points are, of course, everything is AI generated here. I don't think somebody actually wrote it, but at least I'm hoping somebody has proofread it. Probably. Again, they still have investors, they have VCs, so they can't just vibe code everything. So Neobank offers 1 to 2% cash back on rent on top of your credit card rewards, with fees of 150%, 1% tier, or 225% in 2% tier. Chexy charges 175% but adds no cashback. So their biggest feature is this extra cashback that they add to you. And for some reason, to add extra complexity, they have 2 tiers, which are different. And so they give an example on $2,000 monthly rent with 4% rewards card, which don't exist anymore in Canada since Scotiabank Momentum Visa Infinite downgraded itself. Neobank earns $840 to $900 a year versus Chexy $540 a year, up to $360 more annual. So that's a big deal. That's a serious number. So it's Neobank's 2% deferred cash. So this is the other tier of the deferred cash, paid on a rolling 6-month basis. Plus credit card rewards can reach up to 6% total return on rent because of 2% plus 4%, which is going to be gone pretty soon, and they can report rent for Equifax for credit building. Choose Neobank if you have a 2% plus reward card and want to stack cashback. Choose Chexy if you need pad payments or prefer simplicity, which, fair. I guess, considering it's hosted on the Neobank website, I don't know why they're kind of giving it a little, maybe you could use Chexy, but you probably don't, you don't use Chexy. And then, Neobank is a Canadian rewards platform that lets renters stack cashback on top of their credit card rewards. Unlike platforms that only pass through credit card benefits, Neobank adds its own cashback layer. Renters can pay rent through Neobank using either Interact or credit cards. When you pay with a credit card, you earn both your card's rewards and Neobank's cashback. The stacking is powerful. Your credit earns 4% cashback, and you choose Neobank 2% tier, you're earning 6% total reward minus the 225% fee for a net 375% return. So this is pretty amazing. Now let's look at its comparison with Chexy. So that doesn't seem biased at all, that this is all red and all really good versus this one all being white. It seems like it wins every category. Anyways, it's the same information we just talked about. It's the same thing. Again, 375 versus 225 because of their fees. So in this simple comparison, right, it's $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. Annual fees is $420, which is 175 multiplied by 24,000. And here it's 1.5 multiplied by 24,000. The credit card reward is 4%. And then Neobank cashback. I'm still trying to figure out where this cashback comes from. I mean, it's awesome that they get more of these clients, especially with the Chexy exodus as it's happening right now. But I don't know how they make money on this, right? So even because what is it? If we divide 840 by 540, it's like they're paying you 50% more essentially. Where is this money coming from? So that's my thing. I'm sure there are some smart people working for them. Oh, and this one is the new one. Lower 2% cashback credit card is something that we would be interested in, I suppose, right? So especially like with Tangerine or Rogers World Elite. So annual fees $420, credit card $480. So net return is $60 a year versus Neobank 1% tier. Net return is already $360 a year. So it's a $300 difference. It seems like a no-brainer to me in this case. So especially in the third scenario, it seems like Neobank, of course, the 2% tier 6-month rolling is, I shouldn't say confusing to me. I understand how it works, but it's a little bit interesting. It's a very interesting methodology, or like it's a very interesting setup. And because they charge you more fees as well, right? Yeah, they charge you a little bit more fees as well when you do a 2% tier, I'm pretty sure. Yes, correct. Okay, I see it here. 1.5 versus 225 here. So you're only making extra 0.25%, give or take, if you're doing the 2% tier, which is not bad, honestly. But I'm just not sure how it works. Like locking your cash back there for 6 months is okay. It's no biggie. But what's the reason for that? I still don't quite understand. And this whole different fee depending on the tier, I also don't quite understand. Technically, in this case, it should be a 1% tier, 125% tier versus 1 and 2. But yeah, so okay, let's look at Chexy advantages. Definitely unbiased. Okay, established platform is fair. Okay, monthly rent payments. That's actually a lot of monthly rent payments. If that's the case, that's okay. Right on. Good for Chexy. I mean, they've been charging us up a fair bit. So yeah, okay. And Neobank advantages, of course, is the cashback. I mean, it's that simple. And disadvantage is that it's a new platform. And it does seem significantly higher than Chexy. I'm gonna be honest with you. And of course, the greedy me, guys. If you want to check it out, I am gonna leave my referral link in the description. And you'll get $50 off your pay. So it's okay. It's not too bad. So yeah, if you're interested, try and check it out. Go ahead and do so. But yeah, right now, I feel like waters are still settling. I'm not going to tell you to leave Chexy right away. I'm not going to say that they have changed, they haven't shittified. Neobank is the new Chexy that will lead us somewhere great. It seems like the math looks a lot better on Neobank, so if that's the case, and I've looked everywhere, it seems like they pay on time, they do everything pretty by the book. You cannot be a fintech app or fintech solution without essentially being by the book. There are some things you might want to keep an eye on, like Mr. Kyle being a certified blockchain expert in 2018, kind of the pick of crypto craze, or at least the first one, as well as being a volunteer typo. It should be volunteer blockchain technical advisor too. I know blockchain was all the good things back in the day. Now it's kind of just seems funny. But I hope they're not just crypto bros. That's all I'm saying. It doesn't mean that crypto bros cannot do legitimate businesses. I know I was a crypto bro back in the day. Actually, I was a little too young in 2018 to be a crypto bro. I was a crypto bro in 2021, so I'm not judging them for that. And I think crypto bros can make great companies. I'm sure a lot of them have gone on to, with all their money to create something better than just a crypto exchange, But yeah, that's the video, guys. I wanted to make it a very dedicated Chexy and Neobank comparison. It ended up being a bit of a rant on AI technology and somehow crypto. I don't know how I just keep going in all directions here. But what do you guys think? What's the plan? What are we gonna do? Chexy has got to lower fees, or are we all moving to Neobank? Luckily, you don't actually have to keep your money there. They just charge your credit card and pay the bill, right? So it keeps it a little bit simpler. I feel like the liability for the end user, in the worst case, if the company goes down or something really bad happens, at the end of the days, you lose your month rent, not your life savings, right? So it's still worth trying. And of course, I'm sure there is some insurance involved. There is some credit card insurance. So it's not as simple as just, them saying, okay, everything is closed. We're gone for the rest of the year to another crypto conference, right? Or to another AI bootcamp. So who knows what happens? But again, not a big fan of all the AI usage. But other than that, it seems like a great competition for Chexy that has been essentially a monopoly in this. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.